Why yesterday you touched my breast?
Oh, please, I'm sorry. Just come on. I'm used to that.
But are you used to that?
Yes, come in. Please come in. On everything. I'm a famous guy.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now.
Please come in now. I will never do another thing to you. 5 minutes. Don't ruin your friendship with me for 5 minutes.
Can you believe that a whooping sum of $1 million was offered just for that tape to be destroyed? This is not a joke at all, but a tip of an iceberg of the evils going around for decades in the entertainment industry, whether in the music or in the movie industry. And as I speak to you right now, somebody somewhere is falling a victim of this cankerworm called casting couch. Whether it's in Hollywood, in the Nollywood, Bollywood, or in whatever type of wood.
See, at the end of the day, there are certain abuses in the system everywhere. Whether it's Hollywood, Bollywood, any film industry, any media and entertainment industry. Because that's the nature of the job.
Like, seriously? Because that is the nature of the job? Now, how is that a justification for the evil that has been going around in our entertainment industry? And for this woman right here, saying it's because of the nature of the job, the growth of her acting career has been stunted for years in Bollywood because of this evil of the casting couch. How can you defend an evil while you are still a victim?
Director said that they could only get the role if it was dependent on sexual favors.
If they are so...
Then, if you're still wondering what is casting couch, I mean, what the hell is this guy talking about? Casting couch is the illegal practice of soliciting for sexual favor from job applicants in exchange for employment in the entertainment industry. But hear this, it can happen in other industries. But here we are narrowing it down only in the entertainment industry because that is the circumference of our discussion in this video. Alright, it can happen in school, in institutions like school, where a lecturer or a professor will tell a student, sleep with me, or you will fail this exam, or you fail this paper. It can happen in an office where a boss will tell a job applicant, sleep with me, or you're not going to get this job. Or tell an employee, sleep with me, or I will sack you, or you're not going to get a raise, or you're not going to get a promotion. It can happen. It can happen in church, even when some Sodom and Gomorrah-ized pastors will tell a member, sleep with me, or I will send you out of the choir, or I will take this position of the church, or this leadership position out of your hands. It can happen. It can come in different shapes and different sizes, but it's for you to understand how and when it has come, because it is evil. It is evil, even in sight of man and in sight of God. Well, I'm not here to preach to you, but if you still having some problem in grasping how casting couch works in the entertainment industry, let me paint this picture for you now. An anecdote that best illustrates casting couch. Mary Juliet and Elizabeth attended an audition for an upcoming movie just to win a role, to land a role. Then Elizabeth, having performed so well, because she spent so much hour memorizing, countless of hours, hundreds of hours, trying to harness her craft so that she can perform well during the audition, and which she did. Everybody gave her the applause. So she went home feeling so much optimistic that she will win at least a major role, which everybody expected her to win. Until one evening, she got a phone call from the director of the movie. Hello, congratulations, Miss Elizabeth. You won the lead role, but one thing remaining. You will scratch my back and I will scratch your back. Meaning you will sleep with me, or you will lose the role. Elizabeth thought it was a joke and she declined the offer, and that was how she lost the lead role. But Mary Juliet, who didn't even perform so well like Elizabeth, was given the lead role. Now, anybody outside the industry would not understand the sacrifice that Mary Juliet did to get the lead role she got. But now, hear this. I am not saying that anybody that won a big role or a lead role or a major role in a movie, has paid a sacrifice of sleeping with a director or a producer of a movie. No, that is not my point. But my point is to tell you how far casting couch can go, how evil practiced over time becomes a tradition. No one truly knows how casting couch started or the origin of casting couch, but it has been a very familiar face in the Hollywood industry, and likewise other industries in the world, especially since the advent of the studio systems. Sometimes it also happened to the already established actors and actresses in the industries, and which sometimes stunted their growth and not allowing them to move forward, because it would be in a certain scenario where you must offer something for you to get what you want, for access to be granted to you. Now it becomes so painful because nobody cares whether you succeed or not. What the world needs and what they care for is success, and what they see is black or white, whether you are a success or you are a failure. And nobody cares why you did not succeed. Most actors and actresses, however, have to do whatever they have to do in order to succeed in the industry. Most times, not even the children are exempted in the industry because of pedophilia. This is evil, and not so much people are willing to talk about this thing because of fear of the unknown. Well, except this man demanding for $10 million for him to expose those who molested him when he was still a kid actor back in the 80s.
There's one person to blame in the death of Corey Haim, and that person happens to be a Hollywood mogul. And that person needs to be exposed, but unfortunately I can't be the one to do it. But the person that knows who did it and knows who he is watching right now, I guarantee you.
Now I get it. I know you may be wondering by now, as an actress, somebody wants to take advantage of you. You have the will to say yes or to say no, to reject the offer. But listen, everybody is not you, and everybody cannot be you. When these people, these young actresses, have so much lust and affinity to fame and fortune, at the end of the day, it becomes the offer that's been given to them by these producers and these directors now becomes like a carrot dangling on a stick just in front of them, which they cannot say no, because they need this job, they need this money, and they want to get ahead. And for me, I think it's very shameful and even disgusting, especially when it has to do with anything that's related with homosexual or gay. I say this now because I know a lot of producers and directors that are heavily into homosexual.
But it was a whole lot of drama because that one was gay and was trying to sleep with me. All true. But the other guys that were there were sleeping with them. He had a wife, he had a kid. And he would beg me, he would say, oh, I want to just watch her masturbate, I want to do this, I want to do that. And imagine.
I reached my hand out and he takes his right hand and under mine and immediately grabs my genitals and I'm jump back like, hey, whoa. And he jumps back and he still does this tongue stuff and he's making weird noises and then he comes back again and grabs me again.
But wait, not all of them, all right? But majority of them, most of them. And this now making it so much difficult for an upcoming artist to come into the industry to exercise themselves, to make something out of themselves. And as an upcoming artist, you have to understand that as long as the industry is concerned, you have little or no control over the system. It's not in a way that you've been popping around like a puppet, but in such a way that what you are looking for is in the hands of these perpetrators that are going to take advantage of you. And it is very unfortunate because you and upcoming artists, you are there, chasing your dream, grinding all day, trying to make meaning out of your own life. But these people, they are on the other side, trying and waiting just to take advantage of you.
Then you know the way it is when you're young and you're looking for something, and someone who's there is trying to sleep with you, and you don't have a choice.
So every single day, many people, young people, are being destroyed just in the name of entertainment, just in the name of doing show business, and they are being taken advantage of day by day. When is it going to stop? Nollywood of Nigeria now, the third largest movie industry in the world. But when you come into there, you will see a lot of things going on. People, females selling their body just for roles, male buying roles, just for them to get ahead in the industry. And in the long run, this will be so much detrimental because it is not what is going to sustain our culture and what we are known for in the industry and all over the world. And now, just like Kaya said, we are meant for the fame, we are meant for the spotlight, but who owns us takes all the money.
Recording artist Kaya Jones is also calling out the music industry. Kaya, who used to be a member of the Pussycat Dolls, she tweeted this weekend, "My truth, I wasn't in a girl group, I was in a prostitution ring. Oh, and we happened to sing and be famous while everyone who owned us made the money." We reached out to the founder of the Pussycat Dolls, Robin Anton, and she denies what Kaya is saying.
And now, bringing it back to the industry, for the Nollywood, not even the Hollywood, for the Nollywood of Nigeria, now, you will understand that so many upcoming artists are not being appreciated for the work they do. Even just for the little work some other people will perceive they do. Nowadays, in Nollywood, from the lead role to the minor roles are being stacked with prizes. You won't believe this. They are being stacked with prizes, and most of the times very overpriced for a budding actor to afford. And if you've not been to the industry, you may not really understand what it means when a budding actor is trying to explain what it means to be taken advantage of.
She invited me for production. I was there, but I wasn't in that frame of mind at that time to do all that. But then she came to my room, and that day I didn't want it.
And you may not probably understand what it means to be molested. He's trying to take advantage of you because of his or her influence, because of what he can afford, which you cannot, because of what he is, which you are not yet become. Now I get it. I understand what you are thinking. Then you are thinking, if somebody wants to get you to do what you don't want to do, don't you have the power to say no, or to say yes, or to agree to it, or to reject it? But now listen to me. It is so much very easy for you to get somebody or to lure somebody to do what you want them to do, especially when you have the power and when you are in a better position and when you are holding that which they are looking for.
I slept with a producer because I felt like I didn't have power.
Assuming I'm the producer, and I can mention big name for you. Don't you want to become Arnold Schwarzenegger? Don't you want to become Sylvester Stallone? Don't you want to become Genevieve Nnaji? Then, and they are naive and innocent. It is quite very, very easy for them to be lured in and to be deceived.
Posting me, I'm saying, that it will make me a big star.
After calling all the big names and they still refuse, all right, flaunt your credibility in front of them. Call all the big stars that you've made. Call yourself a star maker. Tell them that even Sylvester Stallone was just like them. That even you, the one that made them who they are. And don't forget to tell them that every superstar, every single superstar they look up to today was once just like them. Tell them that everybody is doing it and they are not alone. That it's just for fun. And it doesn't matter if it's homosexual or gay. Just tell them what they want to hear and sell the dreams to them.
Like if you don't go through the casting couch thing, you will not get work.
At this juncture, I detest everything. It's all tricky and selfish. But let me tell you a little story and a brief story of my own self. Since I was a kid, other than wanting to be a writer, I've always wanted to be an actor, to be in a movie. But I was scared, I was afraid, I don't want to tell anybody what I really wanted. So I kept it inside of me, just locked them inside. And you know why I locked them inside of me? One, I don't know how to go about it. And I don't have anybody beside me or close to me that is doing what I wanted to do. And secondly, I don't want to be perceived as that over-ambitious kid who wants to do a different thing in general. So I was shy and I was scared. So I just wanted to remain humble, just to take it gradual with other kids. So what did I do? I locked up the dream inside of me, but you know what? I kept it with school dramas and church dramas, and I didn't even have the time or the opportunity to be in front of a camera or on a screen until 2017 when I first got into the university. And like everyone else who's been into the higher institution, I was looking for opportunity to try out the thing that I've been longing for so long to do. And I didn't have the opportunity until one day in the campus, I bumped into a banner advertising about an upcoming audition. So I seized the opportunities and I hit up the director and the producer of the movie so that I can be part of them. So fortunately, I was lucky enough and I attended the audition. It was successful, and that led me to another audition, and another audition. Why then I still have to separate both my acting career and then my studies. But that is where my story begins.
So I think had I not had a career before that, where I knew that there are people with integrity, it wouldn't have probably been alarming, but it was super alarming because I had been in the business and never had any advances.
Remember, I was still a student, so I was jumping from one city to another, attending from one movie locations to another location, while my studies was kept pending. Then I was ready to sacrifice everything, but I didn't know that no one cares. Nobody cares about your passion or what you care about in the industry. Although, however, during all these processes, I landed a few roles, in Nollywood, which we used to refer to as wakapas. All these kind of roles that make you feel like you are in a bunny flip pit, where you are not given so much chance to express yourself. This is where the struggle of a budding actor begins, and my own experience. Encounter all these devils in the industry. These are the big producers, the big directors, the god engineering of the movie industries. They are the scammers and the godfathers of the industry. Moreover, they are the gatekeepers, and when they told you that you are going nowhere, you are most likely not to, because it seems like they hold the key. Sometimes most of them will tell you talent doesn't really matter. And they are right, because in this industry, if you have money as a budding actor, you have more advantage, because sometimes your money can be even more talented than you. Ironically, but that is true. because you have money. It will make your journey to be more smoothly in the long run in the industry as a budding actor. If you are watching outside, there are things you will not understand. Every big role comes with big sacrifice. This is what nobody will tell you outside, will tell you on the screen. It's a behind the screen affair. And then you have to still understand me that not all movie producers and directors are thespian predators. Not all of them are bad, but each producer need one thing. Some like money, some like women. Sleep with me and you have the lead role, or pay some amount of money, then you have what you want. So when they see you as an upcoming and unestablished actor, they see an opportunity to take a piece of the pie. In my own case, I was unashamedly desperate and naive, so I will admit unashamedly that I fell victim to quite a good number of them in the monetary terms. But when the compromises began to go against my value and who I am, I have to take a pause to examine myself and to set my value and my moral compass.
You want a movie role, you want to get in the band, you want a chance, you got to go through us first.
Yeah, and I had to decide for myself my moral compass. I walked away at 21 years old from a massive conglomerate that was launching us into orbit. How bad could it be for a 21-year-old to walk away from her dreams?
Yeah.
And as a reasonable person, there is no other way than for you to set your value compass by asking some necessary questions to yourself. Does it really worth it? Is this what you are going to continue with? By asking these questions will help you to set boundaries for yourself. If you are a budding actor or actress and you are undergoing the pressure of casting couch, please just take a moment and pause and ask yourself, does it really worth it? I know you may have entered into the wrong hands, but as everybody's case is not the same, yet no one can hide the truth, but it's just for the moment. So this is just to encourage you if you are just an actor, trying to survive, struggling, or you are undergoing this pressure of casting couch. I know how it can be because I've had the experiences before, so I can understand you. So you have to set your moral compass so that you don't overdo things in a way that in the long run you will have to regret. Thank you so much for watching video to this end. I really appreciate you. If you're watching to this end, that means I have given some kind of value to you. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much, and God bless.